Welcome everyone to another CEO Roundtable with Wisdom Counselors Learning Institute. What, in your opinion, are some of the challenges that BIPOC entrepreneurs face in whether it's accessing capital or being prepared to have that conversation around capital, and what are some of the top challenges around banking and being prepared, and maybe even talk about the preparation needed to have the conversation.
That's the challenge for everybody, right? Everybody has a and everybody has a plan, but they usually keep those plans and those dreams to themselves. It's hard for somebody to reach out and ask for this four-letter word that is help, right? Help, I need help with this, I need your opinion, or I need you to visualize things with you. So hold yourself back and think that you can do everything yourself. That's new business owners or entrepreneurs or small business owners, they face difficulty by not asking for help.
It's, I feel like everyone is already in 2024 thinking about it, talking about it. What are some of the things? So you also mentioned about the going from, when you're stable, small business, to then you're at an opportunity for growth.
If you have net income, that means that you're ready to offset any debts that you're going to have in the future.
Welcome everyone to another CEO Roundtable with Wisdom Counselors Learning Institute. We are a hybrid incubator that provides technical assistance for startups owned by BIPOC entrepreneurs in pursuit of generational wealth. My name is Jessie Santana. I am an organizational culture strategist, and I empower advocate leaders to co-create brave spaces for intentional inclusivity and fierce belonging to increase engagement for innovative teams. And here with me today, we have Claudia Jimenez Mewbourn, VP Small Business Banker with Comerica Bank. And we're going to have a very discussion around all of the things, financial literacy, and all of the things that will bring us hopefully money to grow and continue to build our businesses. Welcome, Claudia. Do you want to sort of introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Claudia Jimenez Mewbourn. I know it could be a little bit tricky, thanks to my husband. I've been with Comerica 10 years. So, and yes, I am the VP Small Business Banker, but I'm the chair for the Texas Hispanic Business Resource Group, one of many diversity, equity, and inclusion programs that Comerica has. So I'm very glad to be here, and I would love to share everything that we have for you guys and support the community and the small business owners.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Claudia. So what, in your opinion, are some of the challenges that BIPOC entrepreneurs face in whether it's accessing capital or being prepared to have that conversation around capital, and what are some of the top challenges around banking and being prepared, and maybe even talk about the preparation needed to have the conversation, right?
So I think that's the challenge for everybody, right? Everybody has a dream and everybody has a plan, but they usually keep those plans and those dreams to themselves. It's hard for somebody to reach out and ask for this four-letter word that is help, right? Help, I need help with this, I need your opinion, or I need you to visualize things with me. So as an entrepreneur, starting with the idea and getting your foot in the door, sometimes you either get the wrong counseling, right? The wrong information, and then you start your path with the wrong direction, or it's going to take you longer to get there. So I think that's the hardest part for an entrepreneur, to get the financial education, or at least to get the plan in the right path. So with that being said, there's many ways. Like one is programs like yourself that is bringing that information and that literacy for small business owners, connecting to other business that they're basically on the same industry as you. I think if you start your business that way, you can start getting the answers to the test, right? Easier. And like I said, when you hold yourself back and think that you can do everything yourself, that's and new business owners or entrepreneurs or small business owners, they face difficulty by not asking for help. I think that's the most important thing, that if they think that they're working by themselves or they're on their own, that's a lot of the times when in my job, when we try to help them, they already did so many wrong things because someone told them they're wrong. Their own way to run their business, right? And sometimes we start and try to revisit and do a new um, blanket statement for them to renew their business plan. So starting from that, I have an idea where I need to go, and I think starting with the financial institution as Comerica could be a great start because we utilize resources to point them in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it's important to have the right kind of resources, right, to help assist you in building your business, because not every business is built the same. And there's definitely paths that are well traveled that would help you achieve success more attainably and faster than just kind of piecemealing. And of course, what you just said about to ask for help, being able to know that you don't need to do it all on your own, right? Sometimes it's that entrepreneurship conversation sort of is like, I have to figure it out on my own. I have to, create this one idea, and then all the money will come.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think then is, once we have an idea and we've partnered with or learned from institutions and some figured out some resources, what is potentially the next step with, if we're having a financial conversation, or what are some of the things that we need to get ready and prepared for in order to have a financial conversation?
So yes, I mean, the whole important thing about what we do, right, is helping the individual, the entrepreneur, to help manage cash. I think that's the first intention for their business, right? If you getting yourself out there with marketing, trying to get clients, et cetera, and helping you manage your cash. Okay, how much time and monetary investment you're putting into the daily work that you do. Either you build something, or you sell a service. Either or, it still is time and money that investing into your vision. And what we do the revisions on a monthly basis is like your cash flow, your cash reinvested into your business, right? If you're reinvesting every single month at 1%, 2%, 3%, and then from there we go into the management of the growth. A lot of the businesses, when they understand, you know what, I've been doing this for 2 years and already got the understanding of how my business kind of works and needs, and based on I'm satisfied of my revenue. But now I think I'm getting busier. Now we're getting ready to the growth. And sometimes those businesses, they're ready, but they don't know how to manage it. And it's how you retract yourself, right? You either don't invest more time, right? Or let resources for you to help you move to the next level, because now you cannot hire new employees, you cannot take new clients because of how limited your time and your efforts are. So when we go back into revisit the business needs, right, and getting into the growth aspect, a lot of the times falls into getting additional working capital, right? So working capital to either get employees to pay more in marketing, or get yourself re-educated in other aspects of the operation aspects of your business. because that's a completely two different things. You can do the job, you can start marketing, but then you don't know much about the administration aspects of it. So either you have to come to the decision, I'm going to hire somebody else to do this so I can keep going and bring in more clients and growing my book of business. I have to learn myself to do this. So now I have to make sure that all my numbers are okay. So when it comes to that additional step is either going to require time and money to invest back into yourself or to invest in somebody else. So where are you going to get it from? So when you go to a financial institution, sometimes it's like, I'm ready to move to the next level. And a lot of the times, we cannot help percent of our clients. And the reason is going back to what I said before. When they started in a path that it was going to take them longer to get there. So going back to it, having a CPA that is going to be, that understand your industry, right? Hey, are you familiar with XYZ industry? Because this is what I'm going to do. They're going to be like, yes, absolutely. I have clients that have done this and I've been a CPA for 20 years. So then you can help me, right? Because you already kind of do the ins and the outs and give me ideas of the potential of the growth that I can have in this new venture, right? Perfect. If they don't know, then it's going to lack the support that you're going to need in the future. So now going back to the mistakes and limiting ourselves in things, right? If you have a good CPA, you should be able to have a good and utilize their knowledge, right? And their experience to help you in your business. To vision your plan to be like, in 2024, I'm getting busier. I understand this. I don't know much about the operations aspects of my business. I just know how to market, how to be an entrepreneur, how to bring new clients and sign that contract. But when it comes to my account payables and account receivables and things, I don't know much. So either I'm getting ready to actually hire somebody. How can I get that into the equation? How is going to help me and benefit me in my tax benefits, right? Or you know what? I'm going to go ahead and need a $50,000 working capital for me to put me ahead of the game and pay for two salespersons or an office manager, things like that. So those are the questions that you need to ask your CPA to get you there, right? A lot of the times when they come to us and they say, I need that $50,000, and then we look at their financials, so we look at the projections of the year, right? They really don't show in paper what they really are, the potential of their business, right? And sometimes because they don't get the proper advice, the lack of saying that conversation to the CPA, right? Or the financial advisor, to tell them, this is where I need to be in 2024. This is the vision that I have. This is what I want to grow, because the whole intention to beginning, it has to have an end, right? You're starting a business with the intention, when you retire, you want to be able that everything that you work for is going to give you a residual income, going to give you an inheritance for your children, right? They're going to take off of that vision. One way or another, we want to get you there. And a lot of the times entrepreneurs, they focus on the yesterday and in the today. And sometimes that is going to take you maybe additional steps to get where you want to be, because you were not talking what is about tomorrow.
So for you, when you said, asking for help, so making sure that you have a CPA that not only understands what you're trying to do, but also can guide you on how to get there, right? Making sure that the numbers are correct, that you're focused on continuing to build, your business, whether that includes having to hire people, and who to hire, right? Because sometimes we make bad hiring decisions because we think that we need, somebody to do this for us, but in actuality, we probably may need an administrator or, somebody else who can assist us on doing the day-to-day management, as opposed to the outside people that are gonna, you know, expand that way. So so you also mentioned, preparing for 2024. It's, I feel like everyone is already in 2024 thinking about it, talking about it. What are some of the things? So you also mentioned about the going from, when you're stable, small business, to then you're at an opportunity for growth. What are some of the things that sort of define each? Like, what makes you a stable business, and then how do you know that you're ready for growth, besides just that you don't have enough time to do all the things? And then what are some of the things that maybe you think that people should be looking for to prepare for 2024?
Okay. So when you're ready to the next step, it's because your business is cash flowing, right? It's basically that you're not seeking for third parties, right? Hard money lending, or you're not seeking for your parents or your family members the additional capital to help you get there. So when your business is already kind of cash flowing, it could be within the first year. I have seen businesses that they start from day one. It's like, I already have this ambition, and they start cash flowing, right? So that means that you already taking the steps of either growing your business. So meaning, if you are bringing about, at least for yourself, at least 20% of revenue for yourself, and the rest is net income, then you're ready to move to the next step, right? We have opportunities that when we review 1 year financials, right? 365 days financials that I show from January 1st to December 31st. And when we review those financials, you have opportunity to actually seek for SBA lending. SBA lending can get you the possibilities of working capital by the 7-8 options, right? And that's going to be based on your gross revenue, but also if that gross revenue is net grossing, right? If you have net income, that means that you're ready to offset any debts that you're going to have in the future, meaning any lines of credit potential, right? So if you have gross and you have net income, ready to move to the next step. If you're still showing, or you're still trying to be have negative income, right? If you're utilizing personal assets to offset those, then we have to revisit to see what we need to put. Either investing more time, maybe investing other things, just to revisit things of how you're managing your cash. That's the most important, the first step on a business. Okay, how you're managing your on a daily basis, your account receivables, your account payables. Maybe you're spending too much, you have too many employees at that moment in time, and you're just trying to satisfy their needs and you're not paying yourself. Or I have clients that sometimes it's like, well, I have clients and I do a favor to them, so I let them pay within 60 days, but then they offset things with a credit card, and the interest that they pay in 60 credit card is 24%. It's like, are you marking that client at 24%? That is, oh no, I'm paying it. So it's like, so you're automatically losing 24% of your revenue, right? And people, they don't see that as small business owners. They think that, oh, I'm getting the sale. Yes, but at a 24% decrease on your revenue, is it really worth it? Right? You start making the customer, the entrepreneur and the business owner think a little bit different, right? Not taking, okay, this step, oh, I just started, oh, it was a hobby. Well, Amazon started in a garage selling books, right? So we don't take the small entrepreneur as a small entrepreneur forever. Our goal is to get you to a revenue, at least in my department. I'm a small business banker, and as a small take you from the startup position up to a $3 to $5 million revenue. Those are the resources that we put in place for you to help you get there. And like I said, we challenge you. We challenge your status quo. That what is okay? I'm so easy. This is easy for me. But we make them see the full potential of the business. But if you do things a little bit different, then you can double, triple your. How would that look for you? And then, like I said, when they're alone, they don't ask for help. They think that they just by themselves and they're gonna get all the answers. Sometimes they get to their goal. It's gonna take them longer for them to get to their goal. So, but yeah, having a good team, right? A good CPA right by your side, maybe a good attorney right by your side. If you have employees, to back yourself in a situation that is going to protect you and is going to protect your assets. So you want to have the proper support backing you up, and a good financial advisor, a good business banker that is going to tell you about either promotions or programs that, based on this program, it will fit perfectly to your industry because it's going to do A, Y, and C for your business, right? So that's a good relationship that you're going to have, because we all of those people work for you, for the entrepreneur, not the other way around. You don't have to accommodate things to fit the service, right? You have to tell us where you want to go or what is your full potential. Because I have clients that say, you know what, I'm about to retire. I don't want to grow my business to a $5 million. I just don't want to do that. I want to stay within this. It's like, perfect. We focus in just basically protect the assets and do the exit strategy for you. So we focus on what the client needs. But we also, like I said, we challenge them to get to their full potential of the business and the industry, because we study that, the specific industry, and see what we can accommodate things for you to be successful.
Do you ever people come with you in conversation and just they feel intimidated by the banking process? Maybe they've had personal banking experiences that weren't great, and so you also mentioned maybe they started as a hobby and now it's like a full business that they're transitioning into. But if they aren't able to build that relationship with their banking partners, what are some of the challenges that maybe people might need to overcome in order to build those relationships to help them grow that business?
Well, we are the worst critics of ourselves, right? So a lot of times to make that jump, we're not going to do it by ourselves. Somebody else maybe have to give you that jump because they trust in you. And what I see, I'm being very blessed that I have been in the financial industry for 15 years. I've been with Comerica for 10. And a lot of the clients that I deal, depending industries, they have the same challenge. That is, okay, I don't know what to do. When they said, I don't know what to do, and go back to, what is your intention to this hobby, right? Well, I'm passionate and I have my 8 to 5 job, but eventually this is what I want to do full time. So we things for each individual and be like, okay, how will this look like based on the services that you provide to substitute your income? So we put it that way, like we put it, okay, in a way you have to make in sales X amount of money. We go into months, we go into weeks, we go into hours. How much of the investment they have to put if this is really the path that they want to go. Now, when you put into reality and you two brains things better than one, they start seeing either it is something that I really want to do, or they're gonna be like, oh no, I'm just not gonna set myself to failure. So you make them come into reality and to be like, yes, it is achievable, and it's something based on your industry. You can actually grow your revenue 30%, 40%, depending on the investment, the personal investment that you put into. or they're going to see like, I'm going to be working till I'm 150 years old if I want to supplement what I have. And then they see now the reality. It's like, okay, well, then I'm just going to keep it as a hobby. I think that's going to be an option that I'm going to do. Right. So, and I know that has worked with a lot of my clients when you start analyzing things.
So definitely being real about the possibility and being able to understand the realities of, are we able to supplement our income, and is this a viable business opportunity, or is it something that we just enjoy, and if we make a little money off of it, great. If not, it's still an enjoyment of ours. And just to wrap up, you said the banking institution is about making sure that the entrepreneur and their business is lendable. And I know that you spoke about a lot of different pieces of it, but could you just sort of highlight, what does that mean, and how can we make sure as an entrepreneur what we are striving for?
So what we look into is cash flow and a potential to grow, right? Um, that you have that the grantor has a stable credit, and that you are an eligible industry. So those are the factors they're going to put in place based on moving to the next step. You will be. For example, I had a client that he wanted to do a little bit of so many things, and he had like 3 businesses. And at one point I have to come in and be like, look, are these really businesses that you are investing all your time and your soul into growing into something, or they're hobbies? We to see what is going to give you the most revenue based on the time that you're investing. And going back to it, because he wanted to grow another business, that it was just limited access, right? It was only limited access that in any financial industry they were going to give him. And you have to come into the reality and dissect things. And we acknowledge that one of the industries that he had, it had the full potential of bringing him to a $1.7 million industry that he was never, because he was like running in the circle, right? Oh, well, I have cash flow, I'm okay with it, and was comfortable. When he saw the full potential, it was like, forget about the other 2, because they're never going to get me this. I'm going to dedicate my everything that I have to get this business to its full potential. And yes, we got him out of that circle, right? That he was running every single day. We put him into a bigger aspects of analyzing his business, because he was doing this for 5 years with that industry and was not growing, was limiting himself because he was too focused in doing other stuff that they were hobbies. So that being said, yes, we go back and it's like, okay, we're going to talk the truth, and we're going to tell you where is going to give you the best revenue based on your time, the effort, and your industry. So yes.
And what was the name of that program that you mentioned that was from 0 to a million?
Well, that's we have the business HQ, the business headquarters. We actually have a physical business that you can do podcasts. You can do. You have a meeting room of 40 people, so you can actually do virtual meetings. You can do classes if you want. You can meet with clients. You can train your employees. You can do so many things. And it's small business headquarters is located in R. Thornton on 30 in Dallas. So you will have to become a member prior to it, but also you will have monthly opportunities to sign up for financial literacy for your business. And also they will bring, for example, CPAs, they will bring attorneys, they will bring state planners, they will bring somebody that is going to help you to build your business plan, et cetera, et cetera. So they will give you all that support, but also they will help you with P&Ls, and they'll help you with any other financial needs to get you to that point.
Well, that sounds like an amazing program. Thank you so much, Claudia, for your time and sharing all of this information with our community. Any last words that you'd like to share with us today?
Absolutely. So, Comerica has put a lot of small business bankers through all Dallas Metroplex. So, if you want to know more about this, you can either reach out to me or Comerica, and they will connect you with a small business banker to guide you through all these programs that I share for you to start utilizing the additional resources that we have.
All right. Thank you so much.